Alrighty, guys, another episode of Shellonomics. It is time. Turtles cartoon animation was gone after 1996. We had an exputation, which lasted a year. Little Power Ranger crossover. Before we get into the 2003 series, though, we're here with our good friend Christian, TMNT Dare Talk. Let's really do a quick little thing about what could have been. Do you remember there was a rumored Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show that had a trailer pop up in early 2000s? Do you remember this like CGI cartoon?
Yeah, I remember that seeing back then. And this was, I mean, nowadays the animation looks really rough, but in my opinion, it looked really interesting, like a CGI show back then. And it looked a little bit darker with the turtles, yeah, and everything would have been interesting. I mean, there were some plans for other shows, like they had an idea for a 2D cartoon by Warner Brothers. I've seen some concept art of this, which could have also been interesting, where the turtles looked a bit more like the classic comic turtles, like with the peaks and everything from the Eastman and Laird comics. So there were some plans back then before they went to 4Kids TV with their 2003 show.
No, I thought that would have been real. I liked how the voice actors in that little spot were good, and just unfortunately it never came to be. But it's okay, Turtle fans. We got probably I guess I would say arguably the greatest Turtles media portrayal, because the 1990 movie is and the 87 first 5 episodes are neck and neck for that spot too. But just oh gosh, I don't think there's anything really bad about this series we're going to start talking about, guys. The 2003 4 Kids series. I remember watching this when it first came out. What were your thoughts when you started hearing talks about this show coming to be, this 2003 Ninja Turtle series?
Oh, dude, I was blown away by it, to be honest. If you remember, what did we get before that on TV? We got the classic cartoon, which was great. We got the Next Mutation, which was fun. And suddenly, then after years, I mean, there were some years where we got nothing, but then we got the 2003 cartoon, and this was like, okay, this is something so different. It's fun, but it's serious. It's got story arcs. We never had that before. Like, remember in the classic cartoon, we got episodes, and at the end of the episode, everything was like how it was. Like, they were one-off episodes. Most of them were one-off episodes. There was no continuation between them. Like, you could maybe miss 5 episodes, and you didn't miss any character development or anything like this. But with the 2003 cartoon, everything changed. We got story arcs that went for seasons, and we got character development. We got mystery, like at the start of the show, when like, who is this mysterious guy in the background that we don't know? And we I mean, we also get adaptations of classic comic stories. Also, that something that we didn't get there before. I mean, of course, the 1990 movie was a big adaptation of the comics, but they like took pretty much all the big stories and turned them into a TV cartoon. And I'm such a big fan of this show. It's an amazing show. It's great. To this day, I can watch it over and over again. And well, back then, as I said, I was blown away. It was so much more than I ever expected and I could have ever hoped for.
This is when so the first episode came out in the States February 8th, 2003. Back if we go way back when, gosh, it's 20 plus years now, my friend, is we were near the end of our high school senior year. Now we really knew how VHS tapes and DVDs work, so I said, I'm making sure I record this episode. And I must have played this first episode we're going to talk about, Things Change, at least 10 times in a week. I felt like I was a kid all over again. I brought my friends over to show them the show, showed it to my cousin, my brother. Just the first episode was it just pulls you in and everything. And again, tip of the cap to Peter Laird. So before you start talking about Things Change, I want to hear your thoughts on the opening theme song, and then you can go ahead and break us into Things Change.
The opening theme song is great. It's great in my opinion. It's not like a remix of the classic cartoon song. It's own thing. It's completely its own thing. But from the start, you like learn about the turtle through the theme song. Okay, this is the world we're in now. That's what's going on, and get it on. It's fun. It's a really good opening song. I like it. I really like it.
Oh, I agree. Now here we go, guys. Things change. What a great way to start off the pretty much a new season. Like you say, you got some interpretations of the comic, and I love the flame spot. It just sets the stage for all the characters. Here we go. Take it away, Christian. Things change. Episode 1.
Yeah, in this episode, the episode opens with the turtles in the lair and they're training, and then suddenly some weird robots appear in the lair and destroy the lair, which we know that they are the Mousers, but back then the turtles still didn't know about this. And the turtles and Splinter get separated, so they try to find each other, and some crazy stuff happens. Like the turtles start a fight with a street gang called the Purple Dragons. Then some ninjas appear and fight the turtles. And in the end, the turtles and Splinter meet each other, and Splinter found a new place that they can call home. And then at the end, we see that there's a mysterious guy behind all this ninja activity, and there's this member of the Purple Dragons who tells this mysterious man what happened. And this man is like, uh, you will not fail me again. And well, we only hear him scream and we never see him again. And this is the end of the episode. And from the start, we realize they are not fooling around here. They are taking things seriously now. It's such a good start for the show.
Oh, I love it. And just because even the spots where they have a little bit of comedy, it was fine with Mikey. A lot of people say this is their favorite incarnation of Michelangelo from anything, be it comics, movies, cartoons, anywhere. And I agree. He's not my top, but he is right up there. I mean, even the spots like where they're meditating and he hits the fly because the fly's flying around. Splinter wants him to meditate. I thought that was good. Just even like the jokes with, hey, here's your parking ticket, and here's your ticket, and here's your fine. Kicks him in the face. Just great action too. We get to see Michelangelo with nunchucks, guys. If you haven't seen the show because you grew up with 87 and you never watched the show, please, we both encourage you give this show a chance. And let's go right. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just one more thing I just thought of. The episode starts exactly the same way that the very first comic starts, with the turtles confronting the Purple Dragons, and they even have the same voice, the same sentences that they say. The turtles say like, "We are here in the trash-strewn alley, surrounded by the Purple Dragons." The same thing, and from the start, okay, this is the comic cartoon show that we always wanted. It's such great, so great.
And then we find out more. And again, you get everything. You get purple dragons, foot soldiers, and then now we're going to get into the mousers, who are actually also in the first episode too. So let's get into a better mousetrap.
Yeah, in this episode, the turtles try to find out who this, as they are like building their new lair, and the turtles to try to find out who this mysterious robots were, these mousers, and so then we meet this guy named Baxter Stockman, and the turtles find out that he is the one responsible for these robots, and he's got an assistant called April O'Neil, and she finds out that he is working for a mysterious man, Oroku Saki, and he's doing, well, bad things. And Baxter then sends his mousers after her. April escapes into the sewers, and there she meets the turtles. So now we have our April O'Neil in this show.
I love this episode. I also like the spot where Michelangelo does homage to the 1990s movie. So can we keep her? And I think he says, "Can I keep her?" A nice little Easter egg there. Another great episode. It's just, isn't it nice to see an action in here instead of just getting these guys thrown around? They're actually using their weapons to chop up the mousers in half. They're great ninja sequences all over. Just when they're walking on the rooftops and stuff, the different I don't want to say George Lucas match, but you notice how like the cutscenes in like the comic or like comic strips sometimes like how they get thinner, almost like you're watching a comic.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
just
great.
so cool, so cool. And now we go into the next episode, Attack of the Mousers.
Yeah, which starts right where the last episode left off. The turtles brought April to their lair uh, after some trouble between them because April always faints. Um, well, Splinter tells April their story. I mean, it takes them 3 episodes that we finally get an origin story. This I really like because they take their time with it. Um, so Splinter tells them how the turtles were mutated, and he himself was just a normal rat, and how he mutated, and how he trained them in ninjutsu. And well, April then thinks, okay, but how did you know ninjutsu? And Splinter's like, that's a story for another time. And yeah, as I said, this is I really like that they take the time with like not just throw all the exposition out there. Like, okay, you have to keep watching to find out everything. And yeah, the Turtles and April work together to go to Baxter Stockman and fight his Mousers. And well, in the end, they well can stop his Mouser production. Um, but Baxter escapes. But now the Turtles and April they are a team, and well, I guess that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I'm going to do a quick plug for our friend here, too, guys, on TMNT Dare Talk. Be sure to check out his podcast. He was actually able to get an interview with the voice of the Baxter Stockman in the American Cartooner. So, is this your favorite Baxter Stockman?
He's at least one of the best.
Yeah, he's just so good.
Because he's got like this what I like most about Baxter is like when he's really got he's got this arrogant. He's like, I'm the smartest person in the room and you all should know it. I mean, he even like when he's confronted with Orokusaki, he always talks back. He's like, yeah, I'm much smarter than you. And this is he is smart. He is super intelligent, no doubt about it. But he's also always so arrogant about it. And this is the way I like my Baxter. This is really great, and yeah, a great adaptation of the comic version where he was also very much like this.
Oh, yes. And I thought it was great, too, that April was his assistant for a while, too, to start things off. And right off the bat, we're going to get a familiar character that we all know and love, and we only got him in, I want to say, just a handful of episodes in the original cartoon. Meet Casey Jones.
Well, Meet Casey Jones is a pretty good adaptation of the Raphael microseries comic book, where Raphael runs into this vigilante called Casey Jones. And well, at first they don't really like each other. They fight each other, but when they find out that, well, pretty much they both don't like the Purple Dragons because Casey Jones has a history with them as the leader Han destroyed their Casey's home, the home of his parents back then. And so the turtles, in the end, and Casey, they team up and fight the purple dragons. And if I remember correctly, in this episode, we see the battle shell for the first time,
I believe
and
so.
also the shell cycle, Raphael's motorcycle. Yeah.
Yep. Kind of like we talked about in the Next Mutation in one of our earlier episodes. That motorcycle did kind of stay with Raph from the Next Mutation to 2003. So it is pretty cool when you watch, other incarnations of Turtles and see what stays and what doesn't. So apparently Peter Laird and his team, I guess they enjoyed the motorcycle for Raph. I enjoy it too. And just another great episode. And our next episode, Nano, is also into their video game. So before you get into Nano, did you like playing these 2003 video games? I thought they played just like a lot of the classics with the beat 'em up style.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were 3D style, not 2D style, but they were very entertaining. They're just some fun beat 'em ups. Yeah, I've played them like the 3 that came out. I enjoyed them. They were they were fun.
Yeah, I agreed as well. And I did like fighting this guy in the video game. That's why I wanted to bring that up in Nano.
Yeah. In this episode, where do we start? We meet like this, this little crook, Harry, who runs into like this nano robots that escaped from this laboratory, and they can like transform everything into well, how should I put it? They can put together stuff to create a body for themselves, and but these nanobots, they have like a mind of a child. So this little robot kid runs with this well, bad guy, this gangster, who uses the robots to steal stuff. So of course he runs into the turtles and Casey, and they have a fight. And throughout the episode, the nanobots, they transform until in the end they have like this gigantic body, this gigantic robot, and they fight. And in the end, the turtles can destroy the robot. Which honestly always breaks my heart, the last scene when the robots gets destroyed, because as I said, they're like a little kid, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
daddy. And so, oh, this is so,
it
well,
is very,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
And again, that's what the series does. It gets you emotionally invested, and you didn't really get that in a lot of other, turtle incarnations. So I'm with you all the way. It was really cool seeing that guy, and he may return, but you have to stick around for more episodes, guys. Another cool thing about this was also on Saturday morning. This kind of brought back the old school vibes, Saturday morning cartoons. Yes, I have to get up. I'm excited to get up at 8 or 9. And then did it air? I should ask you that before too, Christian. Did it air on Saturday mornings for you guys like it did out here in the States?
No, they aired
Oh.
on weekdays. They aired from Monday to Friday.
Oh, it's a little different. Okay.
They started in 2005, if I remember correctly, over here.
Oh.
And yeah. Back then we had like this kids program in the afternoon, and Turtles was a part of it. And right off the bat, I can say we only got the first 2 seasons of this show
Oh.
in German.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, this is like, honestly, this show is like the forgotten middle child of the turtles over here, because it's we only got 2 seasons and nothing else. And so, if you remember the ending of the second season, I don't want to talk. I'm not going to talk about
Yep.
it, but
Yep.
it ends with a pretty big cliffhanger. And if if you would have watched just the German version, you never find out what's happening next. We never got any DVD releases of this show. It's really over here. It's pretty much forgotten, and it breaks my heart, because I know how good this show is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess we can take a little side path real quick. So, how did you finish watching the series? Was it just thankfully because of YouTube then?
yeah, pretty much. Thanks to the internet back then.
Okay.
Uh, like, yeah, how should I put it? Finding ways to get
Yep.
this episode through the internet,
Yep.
or anyway, and I would not have been able to watch the whole series.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you found it, friend. Because yeah, this was just a real treat of a series, pretty much for a good 6-7 years, I think. So, next episode coming up: Darkness on the Edge of Town.
In this episode, there's a blackout in town. So the turtles use this to get into the city so nobody can see them. And they bring their extreme sports gear with them, like skateboards and rollerblades and stuff like this. And they also again run into these mysterious foot ninjas, and they have a fight because the foot ninjas are after some mysterious artifacts, like a mysterious sword. And well, with this sword, the foot ninjas like are able, because the sword they can shoot like energy, and with this energy they are able to get some mysterious thing from the bottom of the river that apparently this mysterious Orokusaki wants. And yeah, so this is actually a big fight with the Foot Clan. But well, unfortunately, in the end, the Foot Clan gets what they want. So, that's it.
Yeah, it gets. What did you think of this Foot Clan? Instead of being robots, actually being people. Most of them are people.
Yeah, yeah. This was good as always. The fight scenes were really good. They were really great. I enjoyed them, and yeah, them being humans is again so closer to the original comics. So I was happy that they were human beings, and well, we're gonna meet some other foot ninjas over the course of the series. Um, but yeah, the action scenes with them, they were always entertaining. They were always good.
I agree all the way, and I think we're gonna get some more. Is it this one in the Way of Invisibility? I know some more foot are coming. You're right about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Because in this episode, we meet the foot tech ninjas. Because Baxter was able to create some new suits for the foot ninjas, which gave them more power. They are stronger, they are faster, and they can turn invisible. So yeah, the turtles have to find a way to stop them. They get sent after the turtles, and Raphael even gets captured by them and interrogated by Han. And yeah, thanks to their invisibility, they almost find out where the turtles live. But with the help of Casey Jones, they are able to defeat them. And yeah, that's, I guess, pretty much it. But with these foot tech ninjas, this is the start of them, and we're gonna see them again in the show.
Oh yes, and they were a pain in the butt to fight in the video game the first time you see them because you're like, where the heck are these guys? Also, just a quick note: one of my friends who's a big Turtle fan, that's one of her favorite lines in the series is when Raphael tells Han, "Yo, mama."
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and now we're gonna go into the next episode, Fallen Angel.
In this episode, we meet Angel, another character that here is her origin story because she was created for this show, but she got later adapted in other versions like the IDW comics and so on and so forth. But here she is this young kid, this young girl who wants to join the Purple Dragons, and Casey knows her, and Casey's a friend with her, and he wants her to, well, not be a Purple Dragon because it would be a bad thing. So together with the turtles, they like infiltrate the Purple Dragon's lair, and they start a fight with the Purple Dragons, and in the end with Han, and they get Angel out of there, and so pretty much works out in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of Angel. I usually don't like just my own little thing. I'm not really usually a fan of like different colored hair on girls, but the purple I always dug. I always thought April was a pretty cutie pie too. I like her incarnation, and I'm glad she's in other things like the comics. I think she's a great character. I love Angel. Real cool, and thanks for pointing it out. That's why sometimes on my own Shellonomics, I get my own Shellonomics education because I didn't know that she actually came from here. I thought she was in the comics first. So thanks for pointing that fun fact out for us. And now we're going to get into a stinky episode here with, I believe these are the guys in the American that just say, yup, Garbage Man. I think this is the one, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here we meet a new bad guy called the Garbage Man, who is, well, this very big guy who's rolling around in this, well, how should I put it, this big chair with metal arms. And, well, he's like stealing homeless people off the street to, well, use as slaves for his, on his junk island because he's, well, as his name suggests, he's the garbage man. So he thinks that garbage is power and he wants to create a garbage empire. And well, the turtles, of course, run into him and fight him and are able to defeat him in the end. But well, he pretty much disappears, well, at least for this season. Yeah.
I enjoy it. So it was like a more kind of like a little bit lighthearted episode because now here comes two of the greatest episodes of the entire series. Shredder Strikes Part 1 and 2. These were just, oh my god, I still have chills when I just even read the names of this episode. Feel free to guide us into these whatever you see fit, dude. These are just two classics.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. because everything that came before this episode, like it all comes now. Because we always saw like, oh, these foot ninjas, this mysterious Orokusaki, what's going on there? Now we're gonna find out more about this whole backstory, because this mysterious Orokusaki, who had now trouble with the turtles, comes to Leonardo and he's like, hey, I'm not really the bad guy here. There are others out there. I have enemies out there, and I want them to be defeated, and we could work together. And Leonardo at first is not sure about this, so well, after the other turtles like talking some sense into him, they go to Splinter, and Splinter tells them the origin story, like he knows who Orokusaki is, because Splinter was originally the bad rat of Hamato Yoshi, and Orokusaki is the leader of this evil Foot Clan, and they killed his master, and so he knows who Orokusaki is, and he is also known as the Shredder. And now, with this knowledge, the Turtles and Splinter confront Shredder, and there's this big fight with the Foot Clan and the Shredder. And in the end, the Shredder is defeated. Like this water tower falls on top of him, and Turtles like, okay, this is over. Let's go home. But in the end, we find out Shredder is still alive and out there. And as you said, fantastic. Like the first big showdown between the Turtles and Shredder. Awesome. Nothing to say about it, but awesome.
I love the voice. I still get scared sometimes when I hear the voice. This is I love James Avery and the other Shredders, but this is my favorite Shredder voice of any incarnation. He still gives chills. It's very powerful and brute. What else can we say about these? Just even the separation of the Turtles. Donatello's injured. Mikey and Donnie go their separate ways for a bit. These are the episodes that they get a little weirded out. It was funny. I think Michelangelo, doesn't he see like a kid or a parent in like a bedroom, or he gets like knocked into a house? Is that in these episodes too, right? I think, and he tells the kid to be quiet.
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah, so just awesome. And it almost feels like the 1990 movie where he falls off the building, except Casey Jones doesn't push a button to run his armor over into a million pieces, so he survives. And now we get I thought this was kind of cool. The unconvincing Turtle Titan for Michelangelo fans. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, in this episode, after apparently defeating the Shredder, Mikey wants to become a superhero to help people. So he turns into the Turtle Titan, his own superhero alias, which he's gonna use from time to time throughout the series. And we also find out that there are real superheroes in this world. And one of them is the Silver Sentry, who's like this Superman style superhero who can fly, who's super strong, and so on and so forth. And Mikey wants to work together with him, but well, he's causing trouble until a bad guy appears, Dr. Malignus, who wants to who's got like this mind control devices that he also is able to use on Silver Sentry. So Michelangelo actually does have to fight Silver Sentry, and well, with some ninja tricks, he's able to stop him, like turning him back to normal. And together they are able to defeat Dr. Malignus, and Silver Sentry accepts Michelangelo. Is like, okay, you are my friend now. And yeah, that makes Mikey pretty happy, I gotta say.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. Like I said, did you like this one too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. As I said, we find out that superheroes exist in this world, which once again like comes straight from the comics, because in the comics, the Mirage comics, also superheroes exist, like the Justice Force and so on and so forth. So this is cool that there's like, I really enjoy this. Like, okay, there are some other stories out there. I mean, the Turtles are not superheroes, but there are some other, well, people out there, like superheroes out there who help people and have their own stories and adventures. It's really interesting to think about it.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't. Well, as we go through all these episodes here in this series, it's going to be really hard for me to say I didn't like one episode. I think I enjoyed all of them. I enjoyed like the breaks they did, just again, all the voice actors for each turtle are excellent. There's really nothing bad to say about the show at all. And even this one I thought was pretty unique. We get a 3-parter here, which is Notes from the Underground, where we meet Quarry and a couple other friends.
Oh yeah. Well, this episode, the turtles, because the turtles in the lair, in this new lair that they found some crystals, and some creatures appear in the sewers or in the subway stations, and the turtles try to find out what these creatures are. And so they go to the underground, and they find an underground lair, laboratory of the Foot Clan, where they had some kind of mutation experiments that created pretty much which turned humans into monsters. And that's where we meet 3 of them, who are Quarry, Stonebiter, and Razorfist. And but others are also out there, but apparently after a while they go mindless, so they attack the turtles. And so they turtles and the 3 cool monsters, they go deeper underground, and they find like this underground city where this mysterious entity lives. And what then? They find out that there's this crystal moon, and with the energy of the crystal, the humans can turn, the monsters can turn back into humans. But the entity does not want them to leave. So once again, big fight. But unfortunately, when the humans, the monsters, leave the city, they are not any longer under the control of the how should I put it, in the sight of the crystal moon. So they turn back into monsters. So they have to stay in the city for now. But Donatello promises to find a cure for them. But for now, they have to go back. And there, where we find out that the Foot Clan is once again active. They are searching for the turtles in the sewers. So the turtles have to go to April's apartment to stay there for a while. And that's where the story ends of this 3-parter.
These are great series. Very tough part in the video game too, man. The extra mutants in those games are hard. And what I thought was great about these video games, we'll bring up one more time, is because for me as a fan, these were on like PlayStation and PlayStation 2. It was really cool to see, the cartoon be implemented into the video game. Like you got the cutscenes, like, oh, cool. It's like I'm watching the cartoon again for free here with the cutscenes where, everything goes awry. So yeah, I really enjoyed that 3-parter as well. And now we go into some royalty here with The King.
Yeah, the episode The King is actually a pretty good adaptation of the Donatello micro-series from the Mirage comics, where, as I said, the turtles are now living with April for a while, and Donatello meets a guy called Kirby, who has this magic pen, like this magic crystal on a pen, where everything that he draws comes to life. And he also drew a portal that leads to another dimension, where all the things that he created go to after they disappear in the real world. And so Donatello and Kirby, they have to fight together to stop these monsters, because there are people there in this world and these monsters attack these people. So they work together. They are able to defeat the monsters, but then the portal shrinks, and Donatello is the only one who is able to go through the portal to go back to the real world. Kirby stays behind, but leaves him with a note that reads, "Life at best is bittersweet." Fantastic episode.
Oh, the comic's great, and there was also a kid book about this too. They called it the Magic Crystal. I don't know if you're familiar with the little children books, but there is actually.
I've seen them. I've seen some of them.
With Donatello, and he's got his tongue sticking out. I had that one as a kid, and very fond memories of that. With my dad reading me that book when I was a kid. I used to read it with my grandma, so it was really cool to see that come to life in a cartoon. Because when I first saw this, I was like, I hear the shower, like, I remember that spot. I think, oh yeah, here it is. With Raphael trying to get water in the shower. So yeah, it's a great episode. Now, the only thing bad about these 2 episodes coming here, Christian, is in America, I do remember this, and I'm checking out the stats here. This two-parter, The Shredder Strikes Back. After this, we didn't get Turtles back until September. We had to go 3 months to find out what happened. But oh my God, these 2 episodes I watched over and over and over again. I had chills. The action is great. And this is actually getting me to be a big Leonardo fan. So can you walk us through The Shredder Strikes Back?
Yeah, this is, as I said, a two-parter, and these 2 parts, they are really a great adaptation of the Leonardo microseries and TMNT number 10, where, as the title suggests, Shredder comes back. And well, in the first episode, like, Leonardo is out in the city, he's alone, and he gets attacked by the foot ninjas, he gets attacked by the foot tech ninjas, he gets attacked by Han, he gets attacked by some new mysterious ninjas who turn out to be the elite ninjas. And in the end, Shredder is like back, and Leonardo's like, this cannot be. And well, then we get the scene where he gets thrown through the window, and he's like, he's back, the Shredder. And this is the end of the first part. So then we have in the second part, Shredder and the Foot Clan, they attack the Turtles at April's place. So there we have this big fight where everyone is after the Turtles to try to defeat them. Casey also comes in to help them there. Um, it's such an action-packed two-parter. It's just fight after fight, and each one is even crazier than the first one. It's great. And in the end, the Turtles, they try to escape because Leonardo is in really bad shape, and they like try to go through another room, and Shredder closes the room and blows up the whole building, and we don't know what's going to happen next because we don't see that the Turtles got out or anything. And so we think, oh my God, did the Turtles die? And then at the end we have like, to be continued, question mark. And as you said, we didn't get Turtles there for like 3 months. And like, oh my God, what happened to the Turtles? What a big cliffhanger! It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and wasn't there somebody else at the end of the episode, or am I is my memory wrong? Like, it wasn't Bishop, it was like some other like character. Like I spoke with Leonardo before. Was that in this episode too?
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, you're right. That was the Guardian.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the Guardian who's working for this mysterious people who all talk in this very monotonous voice, and we don't know who they are, like very mysterious, and they don't know what happened to the Turtles either. Yeah,
it's a great, and again, you really feel for Leonardo. That dude did a lot of fighting in those episodes. That was just like, how can he keep up? I mean, it was pretty much just him by himself. It was an insane, like, gauntlet style.
Yeah.
And what's cool is we're still not even done with season 1, guys. This is how much hype we have for this show. This is still season 1. We still have more episodes to go, and now we're going to get into Tales of Leo.
Well, because in this episode we find out that the Turtles survived. Phew. And so we now get the Turtles and April and Casey and Splinter. They escape to Northampton, where Casey's family has this farm. So they escape there to relax, so that Leonardo can relax, for him to heal. And he's like in this coma. So the Turtles and Splinter tell Leonardo, like they talk to Leonardo, because, as Splinter says, their voices can guide him back to life. And they tell Leonardo all the stories from when they were kids, like, hey, do you remember how strong you were back then? And so on and so forth. And well, some very nice stories from when the Turtles were little. And well, in the end, Leonardo wakes up, and well, everybody, of course, is happy that Leo is back.
Oh yeah. How did you like the animation for the little kids? For me, it's not the end of the world, but I did like seeing the black eyeballs in the black pupils for their eyes as little kids. Did you like those too?
Yeah, it works for this little kids designs, because now as teenagers they have all this white out eyes, but when they're kids, they have the pupils, and I think that's really really good to differentiate the different turtles as at
Yeah.
different ages. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost to show like their little childlike innocence. Couple more to go here. All I know from this episode, the Monster Hunter is this girl keeps yelling, Parker, 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 in the Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, because while Leonardo and Raphael, they are working together to forge some new swords for Leonardo. Donatello, Michelangelo, and Casey Jones have their own little adventure where they run into this monster hunter, Abigail Finn, who heard of a mysterious green man living in the woods. And so, well, she's pretty much after the turtles because she thinks they're like some mystical Bigfoot monsters. Um, and yeah, but then we find out that there is really like a mysterious creature in living in the woods, who even got like little babies. It looks like a big green sloth creature, but it's peaceful. It's just living there. So the turtles and Casey, yeah, hatched this plan to stop Abigail Finn from finding this because she would hunt it, she would capture it. And well, in the end, Casey is the one who gets captured because he puts on like this monster costume. And so, well, everybody now thinks that Abigail Finn is crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. And well, at the end of this episode, Leonardo is back. He's got some new katanas, and he's like, "It's time to go back to New York." And
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Yep, just like in the movie, it's time to go back. I just,
Oh yeah.
it's just so, again, like you say, just to appreciate the story as a whole. Everything is continuing here. It's not just a, hey, let's have a filler episode. Everything still comes together, especially in season 1. And now we got another 3-parter, which almost really is very similar to the comic that I've been starting to read here, is Return to New York in 3 parts. Take it away.
Yeah, Return to New York is also a big storyline in the classic comics, as you said, and this is like the adaptation of it. Well, the turtles go back to New York to finally confront the Shredder. So the turtles, they with together with Splinter, they go into Shredder's building, like he's got this big skyscraper, and they have this. Well, it's like a video game, but they go from level to level. They all go from floor to floor until they get to the top of the building, and they fight through all these different foot ninjas. We once again meet the foot tech ninjas, and we meet the mystic ninjas who like have the power of like one of them is has the power of fire, one of them has the power of water, and so on and so forth.
Like Captain
And
Planet.
oh yeah, but none of them has the power of love.
Yeah,
Right?
very true.
um well, but we also meet 3 Shredder clones, like this weird clones. With one of them has 4 arms, one of them is like claws, one of them is like this little guy. And turtles have to fight them too. And well, Baxter is also there in the mix because he's got a new body. He's got like this giant robotic body, and he's like, yeah, now I'm unstoppable. I'm gonna defeat everyone. I'm gonna be the last one standing, and he attacks everyone. Like he attacks Shredder, he attacks the turtles. So for a moment here, the turtles and Shredder work together to stop Baxter until they come back to the fight with Shredder. So there's this big finale with the fight with the Shredder, which ends with a scene like I know I knew how it ended back then in the comics with Leonardo and Shredder fighting, but I would have never expected that the cartoon show, a cartoon show made for kids, to be honest, would go the same route because in the end, Leonardo cuts off Shredder's head. And when I saw this the first time, I was like, did this really just happen in a cartoon show in the afternoon? Wow. Wow. This was amazing. And to even top that, then the body of Shredder stands up back again, grabs his head, and walks off. Like, what is going on there? Is Shredder not human? What does this mean? Like, I'm a big mystery fan, so I loved this. And also, Splinter disappeared because Splinter was hurt, and so they left him somewhere safe. But when they came back, he was gone, and so this is once again big cliffhanger there. Where is Splinter? But well, once again, what episodes are these? This is crazy. Yeah. Are you still with me?
When I first saw you, I had chills just talking about that for a second. Oh my gosh, just yeah, I pretty much had chills watching these three episodes here.
Yeah.
What was crazy is just yeah, it felt like you were watching Mortal Kombat. It's like how can you chop off a head with no blood, and how they got away with it? I still can't believe that one. But like you say, they probably the only reason they got away with it was because they show Shredder walking away at the end. And I'm like you, I'm like, wait a second. I'm used to Shredder being a human. I have no idea what's going on. He's not a turtle. We've seen him as a human the entire time. So what is the deal here? So I felt that this could have been the end of the season, but we still have 3 more episodes to talk about, don't we?
Oh yeah. Because first off, we have the episode Lone Rev and Cup. I really love this title there. Well, the turtles, they are searching for Splinter. They don't know where he is. And through all this, Raphael runs into like this little kid. What was his name again? I think Tyler was his name. And uh, this kid is has some problem because his mother got caught by some mobsters, and he wants to. Well, the little kid wants to fight the mobsters, but Raphael cannot let this happen because, well, it wouldn't go well. So he's working together with the little kid, and well, there's one part there where Raphael gets blinded, and he has to work together with the kid. So the kid tells him where the bad guys are. So he uh, like punches at the direction that the kid tells him, and well, in the end, they're able to save his mother, and well, everything works out fine, and Raphael has a new little friend.
I always thought it was cool just like how they deep dove into some of these characters and character development. Now you see Raphael in the beginning of this series, he's angry, he's pissed off, he fights Casey Jones and tells him, "Hey, you gotta cool out, man." And now he's actually trying to watch over a little kid and make sure he, keeps his nose clean, so to speak. So I really enjoy that. Again, just really just my gosh, what a series, what a series, what a season. And now we finally are gonna try and get the whereabouts of Splinter as we bring this show in for a landing with the search for Splinter.
Yeah, which is pretty much an adaptation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4 by Mirage Comics, where the turtles they find out that Splinter got well, you can't say kidnapped, but they tried to help. They took the Guardians took Splinter with them because well he was hurt really bad, and so the turtles they are able to track these guardians back to a building which is called TCRI. And immediately the turtles are like, wait, TCRI, that's printed on the canister with the mutagen that mutated us. So there's some connection with us there. And the turtles, they, with ninja style, they sneak into this building and they find out that well, the people who live in this building are aliens called the Utroms. And the turtles are not sure. Okay, are they good? Are they bad? What are they? And then they find Splinter's body in like this stasis tube, and well, through all this craziness, fighting starts with these Utrom creatures, and the turtles they are well through some accidents they land on a transmat device and they get like teleported away in the end, and this is the big cliffhanger ending of the season. Like, okay, what happens next? Well, come back next season to find out.
Yeah, which is crazy because now what's funny here is in America, and I do remember this also, the season 2 continues right after a week. It even shows here on the site we're looking at November 1st, 2003 was the end of season 1, and season 2 comes right back in November 8th, a week afterwards. But for a regular show, we've got to wait a long time, and it's like, how do you end it like this? Everybody's gone. What is going on? Where are the turtles going to be? Well, if you know the comics, you know where they're going to be, but we're going to save that for another episode down the road. Christian, it's been great. As we end this show, just any final thoughts on this season 1 as a whole?
Well, it's a great start to a great show, because I cannot say anything bad about it. It has its it adapts the original comics, but it turns it into its own thing. Like, it creates its own world, it creates its own storyline, but still so many connections to the original material. The action is great, the comedy is fun, all the characters that we get there, and as I said, I'm a big mystery fan, and so the whole thing with, like, Shredder, who is this mysterious Shredder, who are now these mysterious aliens, what's going on there? And it's like, okay, I need more. This is the stuff that keeps me watching, because I just want to find out more. And as you said, if you read the comics, you know a lot what's gonna happen. Like here with this cliffhanger, you know a lot about it, but you still don't know everything, because this whole thing, like with the Shredder, like Shredder gets his head cut off, but she's still walking around. This didn't happen in the comics, so it's still got something for old fans and new fans, and it's just such a great show, and the first season is such a great start to introduce us to this whole new TMNT world.
Yes, exactly. No more grappling hooks. We get nunchucks. Cowabunga's really not there anymore. I guess you can say maybe Mikey's a little bit resemblant of the 1987 series, but I like him in this show. He's great. He's really good. I know you love all 4 turtles, but do you have a favorite that just is a little bit better, like, or anybody you emotionally invest with and relate to more in this show?
Well, I gotta say, I really like Raph, like here, because yeah, he's pretty much he's the angry, he's the loner, like in the comics. But as we saw, like in the episode with the little kid, he's got his soft side, and we see this from time to time. Like with the Tales of Leo, he's like he's always fighting with Leonardo. But when Leo really gets hurt, he's like, "Hey, I'm there for you, brother. I want you to be safe." And it's really great. It's really a great characterization of Raphael. Yeah, he's a tough guy. Yeah, he's the angry one, but he's got a soft side, and we see it from time to time. So yeah, I really like Raph here.
Yeah, I love them all, and it's really hard to choose one. But thank you for giving us that insight. I know it's like, oh man, you really put me on the spot here, Mikey. But I just wanted to see if you had a favorite there. So, guys, this is another stepping stone of our big journey here. We got a lot more ground to cover. Be sure to like and subscribe here on Shellonomics at Spotify and YouTube. And Christian, my man, again, over 500 episodes in German, a couple hundred in America. Where can other people find some awesome Ninja Turtle podcasting content?
Well, if you really want to know or hear more about me, well, then check out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Talk, my own podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, pretty much everywhere. Or just go to my website, tmnttalk.com. It's all about the podcast. You can find the episodes there. You can find all the links, all the social medias. It's all there. Come over, check it out. You might enjoy it.
I know I had, like I say, and you got Baxter Stockman from the show here, guys. If you enjoyed us talking about this show, go find out what it's like to hear what Baxter Stockman, the voice, was. Christian had him on his show. And Christian, have you broken down any of the 2003 on your show yet? I know you've broken down so much Turtle stuff. Have you gotten to 2003 over there?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Actually, in the German episodes, I've reached the end of season 2. So yeah, the first 2 seasons. But I also talked about, like in the in English, I talked about the whole season, just like we did now.
Oh,
so
gosh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
also there.
Yeah, so guys, and it's every episode is pretty much broken down a lot more in detail. So if you guys want to get a little bit more of what happens and things change, or Garbage Man, or just Christian's own, opinion and facts, Check them out, guys. It's one of the best podcasts out there. As always, my friend, it's great to have you on Shellonomics. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and hopefully we get to have you back on again real soon.
Anytime, my friend.